Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to Football Worldwide and episode 2 of Team of the Week. Here with me, as always, is my beautiful co-host, Bruno. How are you, brother?
Mate, I am excited, especially after you last week and the episode we had. It was just so much fun. Great
We
to
had a
get
lot of
away
fun.
from, talking games and talking facts and figures. And we can have a bit of fun bullshitting and trying to twist each other's arms. But guys,
100%.
team of the week is basically like your FIFA-esque sort of thing where we'll come up with our team of the week from Europe's top 5 leagues. The rules are simple. Jonathan will submit his team of the week. I will submit my team of the week. Each individual team of the week must consist of players to cover a pre-selected formation this week. And this week it is the 3-5-2 formation. So we have gone with that and we selected that beforehand. You can only select one player from each team. And I'm throwing this new one in there. There must be a player from each of Europe's top 5 leagues. So it must have a Serie A, La Liga, EPL, Ligue 1, and Premier League. Just so we've got that in stone because it's so easy sometimes to forget some of the other leagues. But Jonathan, without further ado, let's head straight into your team of the week.
Mate, there is no way you are getting any position from me this week. I conceded way too much last week. Gloves are off. Starting at the back. Martinez. What do I need to say about who needs to be in goals? When you've got a goalkeeper that bosses the shit out of Ronaldo and tells him to take a penalty and he doesn't even have the balls to step up, gets in Bruno Fernandez's head, and then he skyrockets it. Wow, not even that point. Manchester United had nothing this game with this guy in goal. They could not get even a shot on target. So just to say that, even if he was just phenomenal. He was phenomenal. So that's my click for the goalkeeper. I'm going to move to the left centre back, Jan Sekel. I'm going to say, hope to pronounce it correctly. Absolute boss. 3 out of 3, aerial duels 1, 3 out of 4, tackles 1, 1 block shot. Absolutely bossed Borussia Dortmund that they couldn't even do anything, even without Haaland and that in there with missing. So, yeah, he's got to be in no matter what. Next, to my central defender, Daniluk. I'm going to pronounce his name, Bruno, if that's correct. Mate, this guy was an absolute beast for Nice on the weekend. 3 out of 3 aerials 1, and he got 2 duels. He was immense. Next, I'm going to say, now it has to go to a Barcelona defender because they have not been conceding goals lately, even if they haven't been scoring much themselves. So, Miguenza for Barcelona, 83% passing accuracy, 3 out of 3 tackles. So, definitely has to go for my right centre back. Now, if we can just scroll up a bit more to my midfield now, if you do, please, Bruno. Starting on the left-hand side, mate, João Cancelo. That was a phenomenal performance he had on the weekend against Chelsea. Absolutely dominated that left-hand side. They had no answer for him. 3 out of 3 dribbles, 4 interceptions, 71 out of 87 successful passes. This bloke was a machine. Next, going into the center mid positions, Nkunku has to be. I don't care what you say, mate. There is no way you are taking this guy off me this week. RB Leipzig, 6-0 win on the weekend. He scored 2 goals, was phenomenal, controlling the play and everything. Awesome. Next, got to give it to this guy, Brahim Diaz for Milan. 2 goals in 2 games, mate. This kid is on fire, and credit to him. So he has to be on. Next is probably I've got a soft spot for these next two players, but Nicolo Barella. This guy is an absolute machine and an engine. Two successful tackles. Two out of two successful dribbles. 93% passing accuracy during his last two games. He is an absolute gem. Now, one of my favorite guys, Hakimi. That game two games ago, he single-handedly won PSG that game, scored 2 goals for them. Absolute beast. He's been performing since he's been at Paris, and credit to him. Now, moving up to my striking duo, I have the two. Has to start off with Osimhen from Napoli. 3 goals in 2 games, and this guy has pace to burn, Bruno. Don't forget. But look, who's on the outside of him? Yours truly, one of my all-time favorites, Romeo Falcao for Vallecano. 2 goals in 2 games, 4 shots on target in his last 2 games. He has been a beast now that he's back in the top 5 leagues and back into La Liga. Mate, nothing else to say. Nothing else to say. I am wiping the floor with you this week.
You can provide all the arguments you want. But when I start dropping stats, statistics, when I start dropping the players you forgot about because you were reading the headlines and not watching the fixtures, you will realize that there's a great art, there's a greater good. But I do know that there's sometimes you wish you could put more players from the same team
100%,
into the squad, and I think I might be able to fill your hole there. Let's move into this. I'm gonna break down my team for you this week. So, yeah, I agree. Martinez. I think that the game itself is Aston Villa defeats Manchester United. No, Martinez defeats Manchester United with his phenomenal. It was the antics, and we saw that saw it in the Copa America. We saw it here. You got to get into the head of your players. A penalty shootout is a game of psychology. It's a game of luck, but it's also a game of psychology. And if you look at the way Bruno took the penalty, it's like he never took one before. It was like it was a different game. But let's move up. Diaz, well, he played an absolute phenomenal fixture against Chelsea. And when you say phenomenal, I mean phenomenal. He kept Romelu Lukaku at bay. I'm not going to disagree and say he doesn't step up in big games, but he's a big boy, and he covered him extremely well. Danilik, you covered it well. It's another player we've got in common here. You know, he was just a rock. He was a war for Nice. Frimpong is a name I thought I'd chuck in there. Why? Well, Frimpong for Leverkusen, he had 1 shot on goal for 1 goal, but he might have not been the most defensively minded in this fixture, but he performed amazingly. He stepped up where his team needed him. Simply for the fact is, you know, this team is his team by Leverkusen. They're coming second for a reason, and sometimes you need your defenders to step up and take the reins, and that is what he did. He was the only goal scorer in their 1-0 win over Mainz. So there you go. As we move up, well, last week I said to you, Jonathan, we're not going to have many Brentford players in our team of the weeks. Well, guess what? Janelt has made the team of the week. You know, he was formidable against Liverpool. They may have walked away with a 3-3 draw, but let me tell you now, Liverpool hit the lead 3 times in that game, and Janelt was pivotal and a massive factor in that. We moved to Nkuku, and look, he was phenomenal. 6-0, Leipzig, they won, and he was amazing in that entire fixture. If he can carry this form across into the Champions League, it will be fabulous for RB Leipzig. Mate, Barcelona, you mentioned their defense, but Gonzalez was absolutely phenomenal in their game, and I'm going to keep using this word phenomenal. He was spectacular. He was amazing. He had a 96% success rate with his passes, 9 recoveries. He was all over the park. They won 3-0. Even in their nil or draw with Getafe, he was there. So you got to give that one. The next position I hand to is Milinkovic-Savic for Lazio. The Roma derby is one of pride and prestige for all the people in the capital, and he steps up. This player may not play. He may disappear for 30 out of 38 fixtures in the Serie A season, but when it's the big teams, he steps up, and he's that part of the puzzle that Sarri utilized so well. I could include another Lazio player. I'd probably give Felipe Anderson a run. But we move to Hakimi. You mentioned that ever since he joined PSG, he has been a star. I'm not going to talk too much about Hakimi because he has just been great. All right, you talked Osimhen. Look, I'm going to bring Lille's David. All right, we're talking a team here that has performed. Napoli is a team that's performed extremely well for the whole season. Lille have been in all sorts since the start of the season. David gets the double. It was a phenomenal performance. And Antonio, well, for West Ham, he was a wall. They dropped. They were down 1-0, and he was a pivotal part in their first goal, and in the second, well, he gets the late winner against Leeds. It was one of those games where you could not ride Antonio off. But Anthony, I think if you have a look at my team of the week, it brings a bit of competition to you. But
first of all, my name's Jonathan, not Anthony. So wrong show, buddy. It's okay, mate. It's okay. I might just get Anthony on next week instead of you, so that's okay. No worries. All right, battle. Let's go.
Look, goalkeeper. Well, we
agreed. We agreed. That's an easy done, guys. I don't care what anyone says. There is no other goalkeeper that is making a team of the week this week. When you're bossing CR7, one of the modern greats, and getting into Bruno Fernandez's head to take a penalty worse than what my 3-year-old daughter would take, mate, that just shows that, mate, you're making every team of the week.
Mate. Game of psychology. Look,
100%.
Let's not waste time there. Let's go to the defense. Well, we've got one centre mid in Daniel Yuk there, so we won't talk about him. Seriously? Jantuski over Diaz?
Mate, do you have no, Jantuski, mate, he's just unbelievable. Didn't you see the stats I told you? 3 out of 3 aerial duels won. 3 out of 4 tackles. Blocked shots on target. Mate, I don't care who you are.
Who are they playing?
Borussia Dortmund. They're not a formidable side. Doesn't matter who they're missing. You can only play who you have in front of you.
No, it's fine. Look, if you tell me to jump into the ocean, there's great white sharks there, all right, I'd be scared. But if you tell me those sharks have no teeth and they can't bite you, well, it's like, all right, no worries. I can do this.
That still cause some damage on you, that's for sure. How about we go get a go? Let's after lockdown, let's go to Sydney Harbour. I'll throw you in, and you tell me if you still want to jump in or not. If they've got teeth or not. If they don't have teeth.
Look, Jonathan, I think let's go to the other side. You've got Mingueza. I've got Frimpong.
Flimflong.
Frimpong. Thank you very much. But I think just looking at this, I think this is one of the concessions where we can include both Janski and Diaz in the same squad.
Are we doing a trade like last week?
Yeah, look, we've both selected great players in the same position, which is it's the centre-back role. If you look at the title, they're all the same role, essentially. So it is a team of the week. We are breaking rules in this regards. But look, I think I think both players deserve to be in our team of the week this week.
All right,
And
so I'll concede. Diaz had an amazing game for and to be honest, like you mentioned before, I would have loved to have picked a few more Manchester City players, but as we keep to our rules, we can only pick one of each. But this is the one concession that we can make. So I'll take that. Let's put Diaz in on the left, and
yeah,
I'll get Gentux on the right.
no problems. Look, let's move to the midfield. We will start on the left-hand side. Like I said to you, could only include one Manchester City player, and I chose Diaz. You've gone with Cancelo, who was probably man of the match in that fixture. He was all over the park. He was in defense. He was in attack. He was putting great balls into the box. He was splitting the Chelsea lineup like it was butter, and hot knife through butter, that is. But Janelle, Brentford, it's the fairy tale. Come on. It's the fairy tale. But I got to concede, it wasn't such a dominant individual performance.
Yeah, let's look
From
at
him,
it for
it
what
was
it
more of
is.
a team effort. And for what it is, I got to say, look, Cancelo definitely has to be there.
Good.
Just for the fact that he was he was part of the main reason that they defeated them. First centre mid position, we both had Nkunku, so we don't
He's
need
in.
to discuss there. We moved to the centre mid again. You had Brahim Diaz. I had Gonzalez. Mate, Gonzalez, come on. You even said it yourself. Barcelona, they're not conceding goals. It's not just the defenders doing their job, it's the midfielders. And I just think Gonzalez, 96% pass rate. Well, he's making the defense job a lot easier if he's not mucking up those passes, that's for sure. He's not leaking anything through. And Brahim Diaz, come on, 2 goals in 2 games. Who are they playing? Venezia.
Yeah, I know.
Venezia. All
Yeah,
right,
okay.
all right.
All right, all right, all
Your
right.
3-year-old daughter could put the goal against Venezia if we're talking about her scoring against Martinez. All right. But
All
yeah,
right, okay. Yeah.
I just
I'll
think
give you Gonzalez. Yeah, no, you can't argue with that pass rate, and you're right. He has, as poor as Barcelona has been, he's been a shining light for them in recent games. So yeah, let's go him.
yeah. The next one, it's sort of a dagger to my heart because you picked Barella for Inter, and I love him as an individual, as a player, and especially the team he plays for. But you know what? He went a bit quiet against Atalanta.
Mm.
I don't know, Matt, you try and sell Barella to me. Why am
I don't
I?
need it. I don't need to sell him to you. That's the whole point here.
Well, look,
But
I look at it like this: Milinkovic Savic was clinical in
okay,
what was a
this
defeat
is
in in their derby. This is the biggest game of the year for Lazio. Scudetto's the title means nothing to them if they don't get these wins against their rival. That's how
And
much
like
it
we
is.
said in the European weekly catch up, this game that Rome derby, people have actually died over that game. In all seriousness, that's how serious these two teams have to win for their these two sets of 11 have to win for their team. How serious it is for them, and looking at the two individuals, we always compare as Barella was coming through, with the always comparison has always been Milinkovic Savic. Now, in saying that, I'll let you have Milinkovic Savic purely for the reason that he only shows up for about 6 games a year. So I know Barella is going to get in this team of the week before the end of the season. I have no doubt whatsoever whether Savic has not got many more chances. So, okay,
No, look,
I'll let you have
he
Savic.
turns up when the rest of the team don't. But that Lazio
Yeah,
team were on fire this week.
they were.
You can't go wrong there. All right, so let's
And Hakimi, we both got on the right
yeah.
side, so there's no problem there.
All right, so let's go. We'll start with the right. We'll start with the left hand side. right? So,
Mate, the only thing I like about your striker, Jonathan Davies, is his name. Other than that, he had a phenomenal game for Lille. But mate, he's
scored 2 goals
compare him
in
to
a team that's struggling.
okay. Compare him to Osimhen. Scored 2 goals in 3 goals in 2 games.
Okay,
4 shots on target, on
and
fire,
how many
and
of
has
those
got
goals?
pace to burn.
How many of those goals were consequential?
Doesn't matter how many are consequential. It's the fact
I've
that he
got the
puts them in
mic.
the
You
back of the
don't.
net. Doesn't matter. I'm still waiting for mine to come in, buddy. So in saying that, when you
Australia
got a
Post, mate,
strike,
Australia Post.
when you have a striker that has pace to burn, and the fact that he absolutely blitzed Sampdoria, and sorry, I'm trying to remember the other game.
You've convinced
Nah.
me. You
Okay, good.
convinced me.
That was easier than
But
I thought.
you've got Falcao there. Come on,
Mate, the
what are
veteran. The
you? What
veteran.
are we? Are we in 2011? Are we in
I'm
2012?
reminiscing. I'm reminiscing FIFA 2016.
Are we in 2011? Are we back in the days where Fernando Torres is the GOAT? No, we're in 2021, right? A lot of people won't get that.
Come
But
on.
we're in
Against
2021. Falcao,
Antonio. Come on. What's
Antonio won.
Antonio won? What's Antonio won?
He won the game. That's
Yeah,
what
all
he
right.
won.
One game. Has he won a title yet?
He plays for West Ham. Did you see the
Well, that's his
teams that
choice.
Falcao played for?
Yeah. Played for
Chelsea,
Atletico Madrid.
Atletico,
Yeah. Monaco.
Monaco.
Yeah.
Right, the list goes
Besiktas
on.
in the off season. No,
Right,
sorry, Galatasaray. Sorry, it was.
Galatasaray.
Sorry. I got it right.
No, 100% Galatasaray. But it,
Two
what did
goals
he
in
do?
2 games, Falcao. 2 goals in 2 games, mate. 4 shots on target, mate. He's
But
performed well.
look, it's 2 goals in 2 games. But Antonio's just he's been a force this
Who do
season.
they
And
worst? Is it team of the season or team of the week? What did he do this
and he
week?
scored the 90th minute goal with constant pressure the entire game. It was the 90th minute, and I'm watching this game, and I go, Antonio's gonna score. I just don't know how. It was
Was
the
it really a
90th minute,
90th
and I
minute?
was saying it because
Really a
he was
90th?
90th, yeah.
Hmm.
And the
I do like a
pressure, like
90th minute.
the whole game, it was pressure, and I knew he may have cost West Ham a goal by punching the keeper in the face by accident, but his arm was flying. But I just feel it. His performance this week, and if you're comparing apples to apples here, all right, well, EPL's only played one game, so we've only got one game to rule them against, right? Now, if we're going to go into both games, if we're going to talk about the whole week, well, who knocked out Manchester United from the Carabao Cup? West Ham. Who's part of that team? Antonio.
Yeah, well, yeah, I got my stats right and was considering both games before this, I think. Bruno, were you? Because, like I said, Falcao, 2 goals in 2 games. But I do like a 90th minute special. So,
Look,
all right,
I
give you Antonio.
I think we'll get to the point where we may compare FIFA's ultimate team release of the week to our team. And
You know what?
and we'll see.
I like it.
I want to see if Falcao gets in it next week or Antonio, right? Because I can promise you Antonio will be there.
And if he's not? All right, let's go with Antonio. Go.
Look, I think we may have gotten an even split here, Jonathan.
Let's have a look.
I think we may have gotten an even split here. I'll pull us up next to each other. You got Osimhen up front, and I got Antonio. You got Cancelo, Hakimi, and Cuckoo. I got Gonzalez, Milinkovic-Savic, even though the other three we were sharing. And look, we both decided Martinez was goalkeeper of the week, as well as Daniluk. And Diaz and Jansky. It was pretty even spread.
Yeah, it is actually. We've actually done all right. I actually quite like this team, to be honest.
Look, I really do. Maybe we should get Samir to buy this team on Team of the Week and try and play with it.
Maybe.
live on Twitch. I don't know.
Maybe.
But Jonathan,
Speaking of,
let's throw back to last week and the main talking point for a lot of people, and that was your
me running my mouth.
moment.
So, guys, just to reiterate what I said last week, and I kind of shot my mouth a little bit more, but hey, I'm a man of my word. I was only supposed to give away 5 hats in total, but for some reason, I kind of got a little bit confused and thought we were going to give 5 of each. So, in saying that, I'm a man of my word, and I'm keeping to what I say. We're giving away 10 hats in total. 5 of each. So,
you
guys,
have 9 fingers on the screen, by the way. One
By the
finger
way,
was cut off like down.
there you go.
10 hats.
So there you go. They know it. Everyone knows what I mean. Okay, guys,
Look,
look,
guys.
in all seriousness, it's that easy. All you need to do, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We want you to comment the word done on
this
either
episode.
of our on this episode
This
or even the ones that entered last week. You need to comment
the rules. He's changing the rules again.
No. I'm saying the people that entered last week are still relevant for last week's entry.
I saw your cheeky little entry on the page last week. I saw you comment done. Why? Because you're trying to reduce the cost of this competition.
No, I wanted to show people of how to enter, so I'm hoping that I needed to break the seal, and everyone entered after that.
Name draw comes up, Jonathan. Oh well, I guess
if mine comes up, I will do a redraw at the time. Don't worry, I am giving away 10 hats for this competition.
Guys, to bring it back down to earth, 100%. The reason we do these competitions is for our page to grow, and the reason we want our page to grow is because we want to be able to give you the best possible content. You think 10 hats is big? Wait until we get to 1,000 subscribers, guys. Wait until we get to 1,000 subscribers. But yeah, look, by you following us and you talking to us, you'll be able to help us and guide us to give you the best possible content. And that's what we're here for. We're here for you, the fans. So yeah, Jonathan, you might have had a bit of fun last week, but let me tell you, this team of the week is a breath of fresh air when it comes to football worldwide content. I love analyzing. I love deep diving into our fixtures weekly. It's exciting, but sometimes, you know what? Hats off. Let the hair loose, mate. I want to let the hair out. And sometimes it's a nice release, and it's even better when you're doing it with a fabulous co-host like yourself, mate.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. But I liked our team of the week. Love it. I love doing these shows with you, Bruno. We have a lot of fun with this. And guys, in saying that, we've been looking at our analytics this week of what's happening in our YouTube viewers, and a lot of you are not subscribed. So please do us a favor and actually subscribe to the channel if you're watching our videos. Hit that hit the like button, hit the little alert bell so you get notifications anytime that we're going live or doing a video. And we've got a lot of content happening, guys. Don't forget, we've got so many shows
content wise. Weekly. So after every match day in the Premier League, you have everything EPL hosted by Mo. After every match day in the Serie A, you have Serie A Roundtable, where Anthony has an amazing group of guests who just from all walks of life, and it is such an engaging episode. Every week you're getting an episode of European Weekly Catch Up with Jonathan and myself, so you get to see our faces on your screen yet again. Team of the week, well, this is what it is. On Champions League match days, generally same day, we after the second day of fixtures, we tend to do a live stream with myself, Anthony, and another couple of guests, whoever's there. So make sure you jump on, comment there. And then we've got the refreshing series of the Conversation Starter with Tim and Owen. Really like to get on an episode of the Conversation Starter. It's just Have some that you gotta argue. We like to argue, and Team of the Week's brought the worst out in me. That's for sure, Jonathan.
Nah, that's for sure. But you know what, guys? Let's wrap it up there, Bruno. Great episode once again, guys. What do you think of our Team of the Week? Comment in the comments below. I want to know what formation should we run with next week. Who do you like our Team of the Week? Who would you have changed? Okay, that's enough from us. Guys, please subscribe.
Change Osherman, guys. Tell me, is Osherman or David in goals? But guys, yeah, Jonathan. Sorry I interrupted you rudely. But yeah, like and subscribe, guys. We do have a lot of content. We are partnering up with Interworldwide, so you will see some pretty interesting football worldwide versus interworldwide Twitch streams. So follow us on our pages, on our socials. Keep up to date with all your content. Jonathan, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure working alongside you.
Always love it. Okay, guys, thanks again. We'll catch you on the next time. Ciao.
Ciao.